Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into how a really cool AI approach called smart ticketing is completely overhauling IT support. We're talking about turning a system that's often bogged down by manual work into a fast, intelligent process.
All right, so here's our game plan. First, we'll get into the IT support bottleneck that I'm sure we've all felt. Then, we'll look at the clever AI that's fixing it, see how it works in a real platform, and wrap up by looking at what's next for this awesome technology. All right, first up, let's talk about something we've probably all experienced, the IT support bottleneck. You know the feeling, right? You shoot off a help ticket into the digital void, and then you just wait.
And it's a frustration that's deeper than just, a ton of tickets. So what is really going on behind the scenes that causes all those delays?
Okay, this table really lays out the whole problem. It's like a domino effect. It all starts with a sheer volume of tickets just flooding IT teams. Because they're swamped, they're routing tickets by hand, which naturally leads to mistakes. Your ticket for a password reset might end up with the hardware team, and it just bounces around, adding more and more delays. Now, you might be thinking, hey, let's just use AI for that. But traditional AI has its own set of problems. First, it needs a mountain of expensive, pre-labeled data to even get started. And second, its decisions often come from a black box. It gives you an answer but can't tell you why, which makes it really hard for human experts to trust it.
So, if that's the problem, what's the solution? Well, it lies in a totally different way of thinking about AI. And it's actually a surprisingly simple idea. The whole thing is built on an idea called active learning. The best way to think of it is as a human-in-the-loop system. See, instead of trying to learn everything all at once, the AI gets smarter by finding the most confusing cases and then asking a human expert for help on just those ones.
And this really gets to the core difference in strategy. Traditional machine learning is kind of like cramming for a final exam. You just try to memorize a massive amount of information all at once. Active learning, on the other hand, is like a focused study group. It works smarter, not harder, by handpicking only the most valuable pieces of information for the human expert to weigh in on. And the results of this approach? They're huge. An active learning system can get to a really high level of accuracy with 30 to 50% fewer labeled examples. In the AI world, that is a massive savings in both time and money.
So, how does this actually play out in the real world? Let's break down the simple but super powerful loop that makes this whole system tick.
It's this continuous feedback loop that happens in 3 stages. First up, select. The AI finds the tickets that it's most confused about. Then stage 2, label. A human expert comes in, looks at just those confusing tickets, and gives the correct answer. And finally, stage 3, retrain. The model immediately learns from that expert feedback and instantly gets smarter. And it just does this over and over.
So you might be wondering, how does the AI decide what it's confused about? It's not just a random guess. It uses these really clever strategies to find the best tickets to ask about. The most common one is called uncertainty sampling, which is basically the AI raising its hand and saying, hey, I'm really not sure about this one. This makes sure that every single second of an expert's time is spent on the most impactful teaching moments.
Okay, so we've got the theory down. But what does this look like when the rubber meets the road? Let's take a look inside a real platform that uses this exact approach called HumAL, which stands for HumAIne Active Learning.
Here it is, the main dashboard. And the most important thing to notice here is the design. This isn't for data scientists. It's built for the IT experts on the front lines. It puts the entire AI workflow right in their hands. No coding required.
So, getting started is super simple. An expert just creates a new training instance, picks the AI model they want to train, and chooses the strategy the AI will use to find those confusing tickets. Now this next screen, this is where the human-in-the-loop magic really happens. This is the dispatch labeling screen. The expert reviews the tickets the AI wasn't sure about, sees the AI's suggestion, and then quickly corrects or validates it. They are literally teaching the model in real time. And this part is absolutely critical for getting people to actually use a tool like this, building trust. The platform uses what's called explainable AI. For every prediction, it highlights the exact words in the ticket that led to its decision. It's not just giving an answer, it's showing its work. And that transparency is everything.
Once the model is all trained up, it's ready to be put to work. It can provide instant team predictions for new tickets as they come in. And it can even take it a step further and generate draft resolutions, giving support agents a massive head start on solving the problem.
So let's pull all this together. What's the big picture here? What does this all mean for the future of IT support?
The value here is crystal clear. You get high accuracy with way less manual work. You get faster ticket routing. We're talking milliseconds. You get better response times thanks to those AI-generated drafts. And you build trust because every single prediction comes with an explanation.
And believe me, this is just the beginning. The platform is already set to evolve with things like multi-language support, deeper integrations with tools teams already use like ServiceNow and Jira, and the ability to just keep learning from feedback in a live environment.
And this whole approach leaves us with a final thought. We hear so much about AI replacing people. But what if its best and most powerful use isn't about replacement at all, but about creating a collaboration that supercharges our own human expertise? What if it's about empowering experts to be even better?